The last train. It was a cold December evening, and the city streets were already draped in darkness. Emily stood alone on the train platform, waiting for the last train of the night. She hugged her coat tightly around her body as the wind bit at her skin, making her shiver. The station was eerily quiet, except for the faint hum of the city in the distance. The train arrived, and its doors slid open with a soft hiss. Emily stepped inside, finding the carriage nearly empty. She took a seat by the window, watching the city lights blur into streaks as the train sped down the tracks. The familiar feeling of exhaustion washed over her. But tonight, something was different. There was a strange weight on her heart that she couldn't shake off. Across from her, an elderly man sat quietly, his eyes focused on the passing scenery. He looked fragile, yet there was a calmness about him that seemed almost comforting. After a few moments of silence, the man spoke. "Late night for you, isn't it?" His voice was soft, but there was wisdom in it, like he had lived many lives before this one. Emily nodded. "Yeah, just one of those long days." The man smiled faintly. "Funny thing about long days, they always seem to teach us something, don't they?" Emily looked at him curiously. She wasn't in the mood for small talk, but something about the man's presence felt reassuring. "I suppose so," she said quietly. "But I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be learning today." The man turned his gaze from the window and looked at her kindly. "Sometimes, we don't see the lesson until we've walked away from the moment. But trust me, it's always there. You just need to look back when the time is right." Emily frowned slightly. "What do you mean?" He leaned back in his seat, his eyes thoughtful. "Life has a funny way of leading us where we need to be, even when we feel lost. The key is to keep moving forward, even when the path isn't clear." She fell silent, considering his words. Lately, everything in her life had felt uncertain. Her job was draining, her relationships were strained, and she felt like she was constantly chasing something she couldn't define. Maybe this stranger was right. Maybe she just needed to keep going. And eventually, she'd find her way. As the train slowed to a stop, the man stood up. "This is my stop," he said with a gentle smile. "Good luck, young lady. You'll be all right." Emily watched as he walked towards the doors, disappearing into the night. For a moment she sat there, alone in the empty train, his words echoing in her mind. The train started moving again, and as it did, she felt a strange sense of peace wash over her. Maybe she didn't have all the answers, but for the first time in a long while, she felt like that was okay. Sometimes, the only thing we need is a reminder to keep going. The story touches on themes of uncertainty, perseverance, and the wisdom we can find in unexpected encounters. I hope you enjoyed it.